What's up, gang? It's Sora here, and for today's video, we'll be ranking every Kingdom Hearts character based on their drip.
Oh, Sora, don't you think that's a little mean?
Shut up, Goofy. We've got a lot of characters to go through. Take it away, Mi-Chang.
That's right, Sora. Today we're going to be doing the Kingdom Hearts drip tier list, where we're going to be ranking every single Kingdom Hearts character in the game, at least according to Jiminy's journal, entirely based around their outfits, their look, their vibes, that kind of thing. What kind of character are they? I don't really give a shit today. That's not what's important. Today we're asking the real questions. We've got 6 tiers: stylish, awesome, based, questionable, disastrous, and failure. And remember, this is a definitive tier list, so if you disagree with me, you're objectively wrong. Purely factual and completely unbiased. Well, let's stop yapping and let's get into the tier list. Starting, of course, with our main protagonist, Sora. First of all, weird red jumpsuit thing covered by a jacket of some sorts, a short sleeve jacket of that, or maybe a zippered shirt. And of course, we can't forget the gigantic goofy yellow clown shoes, all tied together by a little crown necklace. But despite all the goofy ass descriptions I had for the outfit, it actually comes together pretty nicely, I think. Is it really practical for living on an island? Not really. But hey, sometimes you gotta suffer to look good, and in this case, I think Sora does the job pretty well. For that, he's gonna get an A for awesome. Next is Sora's best friend, Riku. So seriously, I don't really know what's going on with his pants in this situation here. Like, are those straps? It kind of looks like the same straps that are on his shirt. Are they strapped to his shirt? The goofy-sized feet are back, but for some reason on Riku, it doesn't seem to be as hilariously proportioned, at least in my opinion. Once again, practicality is brought into question here for a Kingdom Hearts outfit, but once again, we're gonna let it slide because it's not about how well the outfit works, it's about how good it looks. And I must say the yellow and blue combo for Riku works pretty well, I think. For that, Riku's gonna go in the A tier as well. And of course, the next character is the final member of the Destiny trio, Kairi. Now, I will say I think Kairi's got some pretty good color coordination going on here. The white and purple looking pretty clean, and of course, yellow and purple complementing each other quite well with the giant block wristband thing. She's also got the necklace and choker combo going on there. Girl is really about accessorizing. And of course, giant shoes to complement the entire look, because what Kingdom Hearts character is complete without some giant shoes? Now overall, Kairi is a little bit more of a simple look compared to Sora and Riku here. She does have a lot of accessories and I dig the vibe, but despite all of that, for some reason the entire outfit isn't quite hitting the same for me as Sora and Riku, but it's not bad. So for that, I think it's gonna go in the B tier, based. You can call me wrong if you want, or you've been calling me wrong the whole video, and to be honest, I can't quite blame you. Next up, we have Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse is a bit of a weird one here. In the journal, he just shows up as a giant question mark, so that's not very helpful right now. He really only shows up at the very end of the game for just a minute. Now here he's got the red shorts and the yellow shoes, but he is distinctly missing a shirt. For lore reasons, apparently. At least that's what we're told years down the line. Now this is the drip tier list that we're doing here, and I'm sorry, with just shorts and shoes, I don't know if that's enough to complete a full outfit. Can I really put that high up? You know what it is? It's a lazy outfit. Listen, I don't care what the reason is you don't have a shirt. You're not showing up with one here, so we gotta judge it based on that. And listen, I don't care if you're Michael Mouse from the Big D. You don't get any free passes here. I won't say it's the absolute worst, but we gotta put you in D tier, my friend.
Oh, I'm not your friend, pal.
Yeah, get the hell out of here. Next up, we have everybody's favorite party member, Donald Duck. All he's got here is a blue jacket vest here and no pants. And of course, we can't forget the iconic hat. I call it a hat because I don't really know what else to call it. Is it a beret? I'm not really sure. And despite what I said about Mickey not having a shirt, Donald pulls off the no pants look surprisingly well. Maybe it's that smug look on his face. But I must say the vibes are much better than shirtless King Mickey. And while I don't think his fit is quite as cool as Sora and Riku's, it's still pretty good. We're gonna give you a B for based. And next up is Goofy, the shield-wielding hero. Goofy's look is the most complete out of all the Disney characters we've done so far. He's got a shirt and pants. Mickey and Donald, take some notes. And there's nothing particularly crazy here. We got a baggy green sweater with a black vest over it, with some zippers, of course. You can't forget the zippers. Some baggy brown pants and a matching hat that I also don't know how to describe any further than hat. And of course, the goggles to complete the look. Now, I'm a little biased here,
Completely unbiased.
but I think goggles on many outfits will make them better. Give Sora some goggles? Neat. And now Goofy here is an example of simpler sometimes being better. I'm not usually a big fan of like browns and greens, but for Goofy just makes it, and he just makes it work. And for that, he's gonna go up in A tier with our boys. Next up is the Queen Her Majesty herself, Minnie Mouse. Minnie is so much more royal and proper compared to her king counterpart here. I think this dress suits her perfectly well, and the red is a great color. Top it off with a nice crown, and we got a little bit of accessorizing going on here. I know I said simple can be good, but this time I think it's a little bit too simple for my taste. But she's still quite good, so for that, we're still gonna bring her up to B tier. Next up, we got Donald's sweetheart, Daisy Duck. She's more or less got a similar vibe going on to Minnie here. I'm digging the purple though. The purple looks really good here. It kind of bothers me that the gem on the tiara is a little bit more blue than the rest of the outfit, but maybe there's some sort of color coordination going on here that I just can't fathom. So she's relatively dripped out, but not quite to the nines like she could be. I'm honestly torn between A and B tier here, but I feel like I can't quite give her that A if Minnie's gonna be in the B tier as well. So Daisy, you're gonna get the B tier. Next up, we have the king's loyal pet, Pluto. And man, Pluto, what were you thinking? Giant oversized collar. That's a pretty good start, but that's all you got. This is not dripped out, my friends. You have misunderstood the assignment. And there's not much more I can say. I mean, I don't care how cute you are, my dude. You're getting the big F tier. Next are the gummy ship connoisseurs, Chip and Dale. Now their outfits are pretty much identical. I say pretty much because there's probably some small detail that I missed somewhere and they're just very slightly different, I don't know. But from what I can see here, nothing crazy to write home about. It's pretty much just a giant apron that goes all the way around the body. And of course you got the king stamp on the back, just to make sure you remember who owns you. Nothing particularly great, but nothing particularly wrong with it either. And I don't think it quite reaches up to that B tier standard that has been set so far. So Chip and Dale are gonna be our first two C tiers. Next up, we have the three nephews, Huey, Dewey, and Louie. I'm grouping all these guys together because they're wearing more or less the same thing in different colors. A cap and a turtleneck sweater, which I can't really say is the most ripped out thing I've ever seen. Like, there is absolutely no aura going on here. They are not pulling off the simple look like Donald does. Not the worst thing I've ever seen, but definitely not something I'd put up high on a drip tier list, that's for sure. I will say though, the matching does kind of give them a little bit of an edge, but not enough to make them too high. Huey, Dewey, and Louie get the C tier. Next up is Donald's magical teacher, Merlin. And I gotta say, I don't care how old you are, you gotta try a little harder than that, man. Like, what is that, a sheet? These long, spindly little shoes you got going on? And this giant wizard hat that's actually, you know, yeah, that's kind of cool. But it's all just one solid color, man. What is this? He wasn't prepared for the drip tier list. The vibes here are terrible. Merlin gets the D tier. Next up is the Summon Stone Master, the Fairy Godmother. And she's kind of got a similar problem with Merlin here. Just more or less one solid color. At least she's got the red bow going on to kind of, you know, add a little bit of texture to things. Some variety here. And I still wouldn't call this a good outfit by any means. But at least you did a little bit better than Merlin, I'll give you that. The Fairy Godmother gets the questionable tier. And next up we have all 101 Dalmatians, which I'm just gonna group up into three different groups. Pongo, Perdita, and the puppies. I mean, realistically, they're all wearing the exact same thing, so does it really matter? It's just a collar, and I know what you're thinking. It's just a dog. What do you really expect? I don't know, some effort maybe? So if you saw Pluto, you know where this is going. Y'all are getting the F tier. Next up, we have the brooms? Yeah, these motherfuckers. They only show up in like one scene and not in any place that we can have any meaningful interaction with them even. I guess you could say the same thing about Minnie and Daisy, but at least they talked. Either way, cool as a concept, but they ain't dripped out in nothing. Brooms, get your ass down in F tier. Next up, we have Final Fantasy VIII's very own gunblader, Squall.
That's Leon.
Yeah, whatever. Dude has so many belts. How many wristbands? How many buckles on the pants? Do the shoes have zippers? And of course, a black zipper jacket. Can't forget the red accents though. Overall, it's quite a bit to digest, but you know what? I'm fucking into it. It's been a while since we've seen you A tier, but Leon's gonna get there. Next up, we have the Great Ninja Yuffie. Now I have to say here, I actually do like the design of the outfit that she's wearing, but as far as the colors go, I gotta ask, what the fuck happened here? We got green, we got orange, we got black, yellow, blue. We just couldn't decide on one color, so fuck it, have them all. And I don't know, the colors are just clashing in a way that I just can't get behind, man. It really brings the fit down as a whole for me, and that's kind of sad. You could have been A tier, Yuffie, but you're gonna get the B. Next up, we have gaming's worst kept secret, Aerith. Now, I gotta be honest here, I have never been a fan of this design. I've said in the past already that simplicity can be good, but I don't know, man. The one shade pink dress is just not doing it for me. I like the little tie on the side and how it's the same on her neck as well, and the belt's a nice touch, although I don't know how I feel about the color entirely. An overall pretty middling outfit, so for that, Aerith is gonna get the C tier. Next up is the JRPG poster child, Cloud. And I gotta say, we have a lot to unpack here. We've got the tattered cape, the bandaged sword. Is that even practical? Is there any use to the bandages? Why is it wrapped up like that? But I don't care, that shit looks sick. The combination of the soldier outfit and Vincent Valentine's design was a match made in heaven. I think it looks so good. You could say it's over the top, and I say, bring on more weird shit. Cloud is going to be our first S tier. Next up is the one-winged angel, Sephiroth. And this is probably going to surprise no one. This shit looks cool as shit. The flared out coat, the singular dark angel wing, and a mostly black outfit with some red accents here, and of course the silver plating on the shoulders. He's got it easy. Black goes with pretty much anything. And it all comes together in one drippy ass outfit. So once again, Sephiroth is going to be joining Cloud in the S tier. Next up, we have your gummy ship expert, Sid. Now Sid's got a pretty simple look going on here. He's got the goggles, which I already said. Pretty good stuff there.
Completely unbiased.
The stretched tight white t-shirt for that menacing aura, but everything else is kind of, for me. Baggy pants and some gray and black shoes, okay, whatever. But like, what's around his waist here? Is that a belt? Personally, I'm not particularly crazy about how it looks. It's just not coming together as a comprehensive piece for me. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Just a little bit too mismatched for my liking. So for that, we're gonna put you in the C tier. Next up, we have your favorite island boy with daddy issues, Titus. Or Titus, I don't know, whatever you like.
Titus.
Now this is a design I can kind of get behind. The weird open vest crop top thing, that sure is something. But what really gets me is the shorts, because I mean, look at how asymmetrical those legs are. And of course, it's filled to the brim with zippers. And some nice sandals to complete the look with a nice yellow and black kind of color scheme going on here, which I honestly think is pretty good. Nothing amazing, but still pretty decent nonetheless. Titus or Titus, you're gonna get the B tier. Next up is the jump rope enthusiast, Selfie. Now Selfie's got a pretty simple look going on. A yellow dress with some pockets, I might add, complete with some brown sandals. Another practical island look. This is yet another example of simple being pretty good, and pretty good means going in the B tier. Next up is the blitzball legend himself, Waka. Look at this man, oozing with aura. I think this is a good example of simple bringing out some good results. The yellow baggy pants, the lighter tank top, with blue accents everywhere really holding the fit together, even on the blitzball. The one thing that really falls out of the color scheme for me is those green sandals, but to be honest, I think I can let that slide. And for that, Waka is gonna get the B tier. Next up, we have one of your standard Final Fantasy mascots, the Moogle. Unfortunately, there's not much to say here. There's no real outfit going on here. Even if I were to be generous and count the palm as like an accessory or even the wings, we are reaching some very minimal level effort here. I'm sorry, but you're getting the failure tier. Next up, we have our first Princess of Light, Snow White. I like the colors that she's got going on here. All the primary colors coming together, starting with the red and blue on top and switching up to yellow once we get to the bottom, including the skirt and the sandals. Another simple look that's pretty decent, relatively dripped out. B tier for Snow White. Princess of Light number 2, Cinderella coming up. Cinderella has the all-white look going on here, and while I've complained about some dresses having a single shade over the course of this video, I think she looks really elegant in this. This is some pretty dripped out stuff going on. The high shoulders really add to that elegance, and the headband also really brings it out with her blonde hair as well. Another B-tier princess for the list. Next up, we have the Sleeping Beauty, Princess Aurora. Yet another elegant dress design here. She's rocking the same kind of vibes here with Cinderella. It's simple, and it gets the job done. Aurora's getting the B-tier as well. Next up, we have Belle, which I'm starting to run out of things to say for all these dresses. Once again, elegant design. I think the color suits her pretty well. I will say there is some texture to the skirt, which I do appreciate. Another monotone outfit that just gets the job done. Belle, you're also getting the B tier. Next up, we have the Beast. There is not a lot to unpack in this picture. We got some grayish, bluish pants and a purple cape. Now I love purple, but there's not much holding this outfit together here. It looks tattered, but not in a cool way, not like in a Vincent Valentine way. I'm sorry, but the drip is just not here. Beast, you're following shirtless Mickey into the D tier. Next up is our main Disney villainess, Maleficent. Look at the aura that's going on here. Giant cape just draped behind her, just expanding on all sides. That is menacing. And once again, black goes with pretty much everything, so you can't really go wrong here. The purple really adds to her menacing aura, if you ask me. Shows the shades of darkness. I gotta say, this is some drip. I'm debating between S and A tier, but you know, just because of Maleficent's aura, I'm gonna bump her up to S tier. And of course, we can't forget about Dragon Maleficent, which, while cool, a very sick design, there's no outfit on this thing. I guess you could argue you're dripped out in wings or something, but I can't deny that the aura is powerful, so I can't give you an F tier, but I'm gonna have to put you in the D tier, Dragon Maleficent. D for dragon or something. Next up, we have the Seeker of Darkness himself, Ansem. Look at this man. This is like the Kingdom Hearts 1 definition of drip. He ain't afraid to flaunt those muscles that he's got going on. The long black coat with the white vest underneath, the red accents on the inside, and the little bit of yellow trim on the inside. It really brings the outfit together. We can't not put this man in S tier. Ansem, you're going in S tier. And now we have the mysterious figure of the journal, Unknown. Now this is just the Organization 13 coat. We can't even see a face here. And while the coat is cool, there's not a lot of distinctive features here to really distinguish them against anybody else that wears the coat. And for that, I feel like you gotta lose some points there. I get it, the black zippers are cool, the chains hanging from the neck, pretty sick. And I understand that the uniformness really adds to the concept of a nobody. But this is a drip tier list, I don't care about lore. You're cool, but not that cool. Organization coat gets the B tier. I know that people hate that, but it's right. It's right. I know. That isn't very pleasant to look at. But you know what's even more unpleasant? The fact that you haven't subscribed or rung the bell for notifications. I will leave this up as long as I have to, until you hit that goddamn button. Alright, we still got a lot of characters to go, so we're gonna start doing some rapid fire rounds. So let's start off with some summons. Dumbo's got a donut around his neck and a weird yellow hat that looks like the top of a baby bottle. You tried, I guess. D tier. Bambi, you're cute, but you're not dripped out in anything. F tier. Mushu, you're not even voiced by Eddie Murphy in this game. F tier. Simba, he's a lion. F tier. Next up are the Alice in Wonderland characters. Alice's look is the same as it's ever been. Nothing crazy, just a simple blue and white color scheme going on. You can't go wrong with that. Perfectly suitable, but nothing too high-end crazy going on here. Alice, you get the B tier. Now the Queen of Hearts. You got a dumb looking face going on over here, but not gonna lie, your outfit, all things considered, is pretty fire. The red and black with the gold accents, pretty solid look that you got going on there. I like the color scheme. Honestly, just a little shy of A tier, but B tier is still pretty good. Next up are the cards. I don't really have too much to say about these guys, but they definitely don't have that drippy aura to them, I can say that much. But they have funny weapons and it looks like they might be having some sort of helmet going on there, so you know what? Can't be an absolute failure. You're getting the D tier though. Next up we have the White Rabbit, which honestly, not too bad of an outfit put together. Red jacket, yellow shirt, little bow tie. Nothing to write home about, but you know, still a solid outfit overall. B tier. Next to the Cheshire Cat, which I'm sure you know where this is going. It's a cat. No drip whatsoever, but you know what? The aura will bump you up a little bit. I mean, the stripes are almost kind of like an outfit. Completely unbiased. Fuck it, this is my tier list, and the Cheshire Cat gets the D. Next is the Doorknob. F tier. Next up is Olympus Coliseum. First up is the hero Hercules, which overall, pretty fitting costume I would say. The brown tunic and brown sandals aren't really hitting it for me, but the purple cape is honestly doing a lot of heavy lifting here, really holding this outfit down. Honestly, if it weren't for the cape, this would probably be a C tier, but barely Hercules is able to edge his way into the B tier, I think. Next up is Phil, and Phil, did you even try? You have how many people come into the Coliseum every single day, and you look like this. Did you even shower today? Phil's gotta go down in F tier, I'm sorry. Next up we have the Lord of the Dead, Hades, which I'm not gonna lie, he's pretty not dripped out for Lord of the Dead. One of the best parts of his design is like the blue flaming hair. That part looks cool, but can I really count that as part of his outfit? Because outside of that, he's got the black toga going on, and that's really it. And that face he's making there, that's negative aura right there. Don't send me to hell, Hades, but you're getting the C tier. Cerberus is a cool looking creature, but at the end of the day, still also a dog. A sick looking three-headed dog, but still a dog. I will say you got the drippy aura, despite not having any real drip going on. So for that, we'll get you into the D tier. Rock Titan's got a similar deal going on, but the aura is not as strong as Cerberus is, I can't lie. So not quite good enough to bump you out of the F tier, buddy. And finally, of course, the Ice Titan. I don't know, this guy's spikes are really selling me more than the Jagged Rock Titan, personally. Like, I know he's not technically wearing an outfit here, but I mean, come on, we can't put this guy in F tier. You get to ride on aura alone. You get into the D tier, Ice Titan. Congratulations. Now we're on to Deep Jungle. Starting, of course, with Tarzan, who... I mean, do I really have to say much here? You can't really be that dripped out with just a loincloth. I know you don't got a lot to work with, bro. You can barely speak coherent English as it is. There's more important things in life that you gotta focus on besides being dripped out. But that to not excuse what is happening here. Tarzan, I'm sorry, but you gotta be, you got an F here. Next is Jane, who honestly isn't doing much better. Granted, she doesn't have a lot to work with here, I'm aware. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm surprised she didn't get her yellow, like, dress look at all from the movie at all during Kingdom Hearts, but I guess that's just another model that they'd have to worry about, and you know, times are tough in 2001. But regardless, as bad as it is, I don't think it's quite as bad as the D tier, but definitely not much better. So we're gonna put you in the C tier, Jane. Now Clayton here is a little bit more put together. I think the color choices are pretty solid, yellow and red together. The brown I'm not crazy about, but I think the muted browns does work well with the yellow color that he has for the top. But I gotta ask, what does he do at the gym? Because those are some of the most fucked up looking calves I've ever seen. Man's legs are built like Popeye's arms. But a relatively well put together outfit, I gotta put that in the B tier. And now for the fun ones. Turk, you're naked. F. Kerchak, you're also naked, but you could probably also kill me. So we're gonna put you in the D tier. Kala, you're not gonna kill me, so I'll appropriately put you in the F tier. And Sabor, no drip, but I could probably take him. F tier. Next up, we're heading into Agrabah. You know, Aladdin's look is actually relatively simple here. Just an open purple vest and some white baggy pants. Can't forget about the little red hat on the top. And while simple, I'd say this is still a relatively well put together outfit. He doesn't have a lot to work with, and he's still doing it. He's still doing it. Good for you, Aladdin. So for that, Aladdin's gonna get into the B tier. Next up is the genie, who's got some accessories to speak of, but definitely not somebody I would call dripped out. I kind of want to give it to you for the gold earrings and the gold bracelets, but I feel like that would be unfair. Genie, I'm sorry, but you gotta get the F. Next up, we have Princess Jasmine. Another well put together outfit, if I do say so myself. I got nothing crazy going on, but a nice light blue color scheme here for the top and the bottoms here, with the gold earrings, the shoes, and the necklace with a nice little accent there. Jasmine joins the ever-growing B tier. Now we have Jafar, and I gotta say, look at this man. I gotta say, I am loving the design here. There's definitely no black and red bias whatsoever, but look at that cape and how it drapes down to the floor, just all black and then the red on the inside. The hat with the gemstone and the feather on the top, that's some good shit. We can't forget about the snake cane. That is some massive points right there. Jafar, it's been a minute, but you get into the A tier. Let's go. Now we have Jafar as a genie, which kind of suffers from the same problem as regular genie. It's literally the same fit, except, you know, a little more evil. And six-pack abs for some reason. But I'm sorry, I don't care how menacing you look, you are not gonna get out of that F tier, Jafar. At least as a genie. It's crazy how one transformation can bring you down so many tiers. And next up we have Abu, which, you know what? Abu is a monkey, but there is some effort that's going on in this outfit here. He's got a vest, he's got a hat, and they're color coordinated. Good for you, Abu. That being said, it's still pretty minimal for an outfit, so I can't put you too high up, but commendable, you get a C. You're gonna get into the C tier, my friend. Iago, take notes from Abu. You're not gonna get further than the F tier. And last of the group is the magic carpet. Now this is a hard one to gauge because the carpet is just a carpet, but it's still made of the same woven cloths that we've been judging all this time, so do we count the carpet as the drip? I'm gonna say yes, it's my tier list. I'd say I really like the purple and the gold, but for some reason the red is just, it's not quite vibing with me. And I feel like you can't get too many points because you are just the cloths. So I think C tier is appropriate for the magic carpet. Next up we have the wooden boy himself, Pinocchio. Which I gotta say, the color scheme here really works for me. It's just muted primary colors, but I think it really adds some texture to what kind of era Pinocchio is from. And I feel like it's kind of hard to go too crazy for a puppet. But you know what? I'm gonna put him in the B tier. Next up is Geppetto, which I gotta say, he does have a complete outfit, but I don't know, the vibes are not right here. They didn't give him enough buckles, that's the problem. He's only got one buckle per shoe and that's it? Child's play for Kingdom Hearts. The way he's carrying himself is definitely bringing him down the tier list. That's part of it too. Nothing exciting going on color-wise either, and we got brown and black? I don't know, bro. This it's not working for me. It's not so bad it's in the D tier, but we're gonna put you in the questionable tier, Geppetto. Next up we have your favorite journalist, Jiminy Cricket, which all in all, he has a pretty well put together outfit. He's not even wearing pants, but it took me a second to realize that. He's just rocking that. He's got the Donald effect going on. He's got a similarly muted color scheme, kind of like Pinocchio. I don't think the colors work as well as they do on Pinocchio. However, I do appreciate the design of Jiminy's outfit just a little bit more. The little coat draped back and the cravat, pretty nice. And so that balances him back out to the B tier along with his buddy Pinocchio. Next, we're on to everybody's favorite world, Atlantica. Now we're starting with Ariel, who has a very, very simple look going on here. The purple seashell bra is nice, but that's really all you got going on, girl. No real accessories to speak of. The green is just coming from your fins. I mean, is that cheating? It's kind of crazy. This is gonna be our first Disney princess that does not make it to the B tier at the very least. Sorry, Ariel, but I think you're gonna go down in D tier. Next up, we have Ariel's dad, King Triton. Now, this King Triton's got a little bit more going on here. I mean, we've got the matching yellowy gold accents of the crown, the trident, and the wristbands going on, but is that enough to move him out of D tier? I have to wonder. You know what, looking at the rest of the D tier, I think he fits in just fine. King Triton, you're getting the D. Next up, we have Ursula, which I mean, geez, look at her. That is some menacing aura going on. She has a black dress that fades into her tentacles way too well. How does that even work? Is that even a dress? Coupled with the necklace and earrings, the purple earrings are a nice touch, I must say. But at least she tried to accessorize a little bit. I'm still baffled by this dress tentacles thing, like, how does this even work? And while her outfit isn't anything particularly crazy, I feel like I have to at least give her something for that. So Ursula, you get the C tier. And now we get some easy ones out of the way. Sebastian, you're a crab and you annoy everyone around you. F tier. Flounder, you're naked and your name starts with F. F tier. Flotsam and Jetsam, I can literally not tell you guys apart. F tier. Now we're moving on to Halloween Town. First up, we have the Pumpkin King himself, Jack Skellington. I gotta say, I really do love this design. The pinstripe suit with the crazy little spikes that are dwindling about, I don't know, it's pretty creepy and it fits his vibe perfectly. I really want to give this an A, but you know what? Just for the aura and the outfit alone, this is pretty fucking dripped out, right? Right? Everyone agrees with me? I agree. I agree with you. You agree with me? I believe it. Jack Skellington gets the A. Sally, on the other hand, is a hodgepodge of mismatched pieces put together. Some might say that's beautiful in itself, and I agree, but that does not equate to drip. And if you ask me, this is kind of a failure of a comprehensive outfit. Sorry, Sally, but you're getting the F tier. Onto the bag of bugs, Oogie Boogie. Now this man is literally just wearing a sheet, with a pretty terrible patch job, if you ask me. This does not look like a man who's ready to go out in the town. This is a man who's staying in and not leaving his bed because he's just too busy watching Netflix. And that's okay, as long as you're not trying to be on a drip tier list. I think Oogie Boogie has to get the F tier here. Dr. Finkelstein has got nothing going on here. Listen, I get it, he probably doesn't give a shit. Who cares? What's drip, said Dr. Finkelstein. I mean, he clearly wasn't trying, so he's probably not gonna care too much about me giving him an F. Now we have Zero, which is kind of a complicated decision if you ask me. I mean, he's wearing a sheet, which isn't great, but he's got a nice little jack-o'-lantern accessory going on. And he's just so cute. What do I do about this? He's trying a little bit, right? Just a little bit? An effort counts, right? We reward effort around here. You know what, Zero? You get the C tier. You get bumped up to C tier, buddy. Next up, we have Lock, Shock, and Barrel. They look like they're wearing kids' Halloween costumes that were made like 100 years ago because they really didn't have much to work with. They match their appropriate themes of the devil, the witch, and the skeleton, so that's all well and good. But I'm not sure if I would call their outfits dripped out. And you know what? They're all the same to me. We're gonna put them all in C tier. And our final Halloween Town character, the mayor himself. The man is relatively dressed up for the occupation. He does have a nice little suit going on, and the gigantic hat does add some energy to the man. What kind of energy? I'm not sure, but I'm just gonna call it a plus. You can't forget the mayor ribbon, and of course the spider design right above the shirt on the top by the neck. And you can't forget about the back head, which is covered in clown makeup of some sort. I don't know. I saw that movie a long ass time ago. But I don't know. I almost want to put him in A tier. Is that controversial? You know what? It's my tier list. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. The mayor goes in the A tier. All right, we're on to Neverland here. Peter Pan, you look okay, I guess. Went a little too in on the green though. I want to say it's one of those basic is good looks, but it feels like it's just missing something. Just a little bit of pizzazz. So with that, I can't confidently put it in B tier. So Peter Pan, you're sitting right down in the questionable tier. Tinkerbell's got even less going on than Peter Pan. She's got the green going on again, but just a one-piece dress. Honestly, it's just too simple. I don't think I can even put this in C tier with Peter Pan. Tinkerbell, you are getting the D. And now we have Wendy, who I think actually kind of has a weirdly similar problem to Peter Pan. It's not a bad outfit. It's just a blue dress, but it's just missing that pizzazz. It's too plain. I don't feel any particular aura coming from this. It's just, here's a dress. Not bad enough for it to go to D tier, but I think Wendy goes in C tier. Now, Captain Hook, this is a well put together man. I mean, outfit wise. Mentally, he's got something missing. But what certainly doesn't have something missing here is his outfit. Look at that hat with a giant feather. That's a massive aura right there. Bright red coat, pointy mustache. He looks appropriately pirated up. I'm honestly kind of want to give him A tier. Do I really give him A tier? Yeah, you know what? The gold button accents and the gold trim along the inside of the coat, I dig it. I dig it. Captain Hook, you're getting the A tier. First mate Mr. Smee, on the other hand, I don't know, dude. Are you sure he isn't the missing 8th dwarf? Because he definitely dresses like somebody who hasn't left the mountain in years. A shirt that doesn't properly fit and some oddly shaped shorts. The blues don't even match. Overall, not pleased with what I'm looking at here. However, I will say is at least a somewhat complete outfit, so I feel like I can't put it quite in the D category, but questionable for sure. And finally, the crocodile, which I'm sorry, you've fallen into the animal category that didn't actually dress yourself. You get to go in F tier, buddy. And finally, the 100 Acre Wood characters. Starting off with the bear himself, Winnie the Pooh. He's got the pantsless Donald look without any of the aura. Pooh Bear, I know you can barely get things going sometimes, but at least get something right. Because that thing is definitely not your outfit, that's for sure. Pooh Bear gets the D tier. Piglet, What the fuck? I don't even know what to rate this. Is that just your body, or are you wearing a striped shirt top of some sort thing? Either way, the vibes are not immaculate. The drip is D tier. And now we have Tigger, who isn't trying either. Listen bro, you're nice. You're a nice guy. You're very kind. You seem like you have a lot of energy and you want to put in a lot of positive places. But that doesn't make up for the lack of drip. Sorry for me to say this, but Tigger has to go even lower into the F tier. Owl, are you even trying? Your name is literally Owl. At least Tigger has an extra G. Piglet is... You know, I got nothing about Piglet. Either way, Owl, you got no drip. You're down in F tier. Rabbit's got the same problem going on here. I mean, look at him. There's nothing dripping about this rabbit, besides maybe the tears of his crippling depression. Rabbit, you're getting the F tier. Next up, we have Eeyore. And do I have to say anything more? The closest thing you got to an accessory is your goddamn tail, and you're losing that all the goddamn time. That's negative drip if you ask me. F tier. And finally, of course, we have Roo, yet another animal trying to pull off the pantsless look. And I'm sorry, you don't got the same aura as Donald. You did at least get a turtleneck sweater, and you know what, for that, I think you're trying. Maybe I'm just being generous. Who cares? It's the last character. Roo, we're finishing you off in D tier. And that is the Kingdom Hearts drip tier list. Let me know what you thought in the comment section below. Do you agree or disagree with my takes? And I know I've been saying the opposite this whole video, but at the end of the day, this is just a dumb little idea I put together, and I hope you had some fun as much as I did making this. And remember, if you'd like to see more unscripted content like this, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. And remember, we are working our way to the giant Kingdom Hearts retrospective that is in production right now. So be sure to subscribe for that, as well as all the other videos that we're going to be making leading up into the big retrospective. And with that being said, that's all I've got for today, so I hope you enjoyed watching, and until the next time, I've been Mi Chang, and I'll see you.